A Parent School Resource Guide. Chapter 1. Parent Grade School Resources. Todaysparent.com is a pretty big website. Many free articles on baby, pregnancy, parenting and education. Magazine.todaysparent.com. Facebook.com/todaysparent. Twitter.com/todaysparent. Instagram.com/todaysparent. YouTube.com/user/todaysparent. Pinterest.ca/todaysparent. Todaysparent.com/tag/games, Todaysparent.com/tag/homework, Todaysparent.com/tag/indoor-activities, indoor activities. Todaysparent.com/tag/learning, Todaysparent.com/tag/math, math. Todaysparent.com/tag/reading, reading. Todaysparent.com/tag/science-experiments, science experiments. Major parent-child education websites. ed.gov/parents/academic/help/hyc.html, helping your child series, from the U.S. Department of Education Office of Communications and Outreach. These comprehensive guides provide learning activities for parents to do with their children, tips for success, other ways to help, typical child development and additional resources. ed.gov/parents/academic/help/homework/index.html, homework checklist for parents. School.familyeducation.com/educational-testing/sensory-integration/38391.html, improving memory, strategies for improving your child's memory. NEA.org/parents. Parentparties.com, parenting skills parties. Parent parties create a fun and relaxed environment to present parent education and to promote parent involvement by using numerous games and activities. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/prepared.html, things parents can do to make sure their children are prepared for the 21st century. Sitesforparents.com. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/nclb checklist.pdf. ncpie.org, National Coalition for Parent Involvement in Education. aap.org/parents.html, American Academy of Pediatrics. aboutourkids.org. aft.org/parents/index.htm. fen.com, Family Education. naec.org, Young Children. National Coalition for Parent Involvement in Education, by 3929 Old Lee Highway. Number 91A. Fairfax, Virginia 22030-2401. 703-359-8973. ncpie.org. National Dissemination Center for Children with Disabilities, NDCCD. POG 1492. Washington, D.C. 20013. 800-695-0285. nichsi@aed.org. parentcenterhub.org/nichsi-gon. National Education Association, NEA. 1201 16th Street, NW. Washington, D.C. 20036-3290. 202-833-4000. NEA.org. National PDA. 330 North Wabash Avenue. Number 2100. Chicago, Illinois 60611. 312-670-6782. 800-307-4782. PTA.org. Volunteer Child Advocacy Organization. National Association for the Education of Young Children. 1509 16th St. Northwest. Washington, D.C. 20036-1426. 800-424-2460. 202-232-8777. Fax, 202-328-5777. 1846. NAEC.org. National Association of Elementary School Principals. 1615, Duke St. Alexandria, Virginia 22314. 703-684-3345. 838 NASB. NASB.org. National Association of Secondary School Principals. 1904 Association. Drive. Reston, Virginia 22091-1537. 703-860-0200. Fax, 703-476-5432. NASB.org. National Association of School Psychologists. 4340 East-West Highway. Number 402. Bethesda, Maryland 20814. NASBweb.org. NASBonline.org. Parents Advocacy Coalition for Educational Rights, PACER. 8161 Normandale Boulevard, Minneapolis, Minnesota 55437. 952-838-9000. Pacer@pacer.org. Pacer.org. For Children with Disabilities. Parents Educational Resource Center. 1660 South Amphlett Boulevard. Number 200. San Mateo, California 94402-2508. 800-471-9545. Fax 415-655-2411. PERC-SCHWABFDN.org. The Parent Institute. POB 7474. Fairfax Station, Virginia 22039-7474. 800-756-5525. Catalog of Products. U.S. Department of Education, DOE. 400 Maryland Avenue, SW. Washington, D.C. 20202. 800-872-5327. Customer service at inet.ed.gov. ed.gov. Parent School Websites 1. ncpie.org, National Coalition for Parent Involvement in Education. teachthought.com, Teach Thought. Twitter.com/TerryHike, @TerryHike. JoanneJacobs.com, Linking and Thinking on Education, links for today's educators. Twitter.com/JoanneLeeJacobs, @JoanLeeJacobs. The Preschool Toolbox blog.com, the Preschool Toolbox blog, educators blog containing fun children themes and activities. Twitter.com/pschooltoolbox, @CholToolbox. Schoolmessenger.com, School Messenger for Parents. ps.sw1.k12.wy.us/public/home.html, Power School for Parents. Parents.mybigcampus.com. LakevviewHealth.com/teen-drug-resource-guide.php, a parent's resource guide, Teen Drug Evolution. act.org/path/parent/resource, act information for parents. allkindsofminds.org, all kinds of minds. ir.chem.cmu.edu, Carnegie Mellon University, Chem Collective. esmerel.org/miscellaneous/special.htm, Esmerel Special Education Resources. familyeducation.com/home, family education. hoagiesgifted.org, Hoagies Gifted Education. internet4classes.com/parents.htm, Internet for Classrooms. kidsource.com, KidSource Online. kidshelp.org/pedn.htm, Kids Help Online. NAEC.org, National Association for the Education of Young Children. NEA.org/parents/index.html, NEA Parents and Community. parents-talk.com, Parents Talk. schwablearning.org, Schwab Learning. sitesforparents.com, Sites for Parents. ccsr.uchicago.edu, Teaching Adolescents to Become Leaders. opencollege.edu.au/informed/features/the-effect-involvement-in-academic-achievement, the effect of parental involvement in academic achievement. theparentreport.com/home, the Parent Report. ed.gov/index.jhtml, U.S. Department of Education. betterlisten.com. readwritethink.org. ed.gov/parents/landing.jhtml, U.S. Department of Education Resources for Parents. ed.gov/nclb, U.S. Department of Education No Child Left Behind. ed.gov/nclb/choice/schools/edpics.jhtml, U.S. Department of Education Choices for Parents. usny.nicd.gov/parents, New York State Education Department Resources for Parents.niceparents.com, New York State. engagenewyork.org/about, New York State Education Department, engagenewyork.epicforchildren.org, EPIC, Every Person Influences Children.epic, Every Person Influences Children. PTA.org, National PTA Organization.nicepda.org, New York State PTA Organization.p12.niced.gov/accountability/T1/SES/approved providers/location list.html, New York State Free Tutoring Providers.mc.niced.gov/nclb/parents, just the facts for New York Parents.ed.gov/admins/comm/choice/choice programs/index.html, creating strong district school choice programs. Inside-schools.org parents4publicsschools.com, Parents for Public Schools.nicefamilyresources.org, New York State Family Resources.parentsteachers.org ncld.org, National Center for Learning Disabilities.mediafamily.org, Parent Further, Technology and Media. Parent School Websites too. goldza.com/parenting/parenting.html, Asian American parenting, focused on Asian American parenting but includes good information for any parent of a grade school child. preteenagerstoday.com, Pre-teenagers Today articles, communities, and expert questions and answers for parents of preteens. thefunplace.com/guild, Parenting Guild, links to articles on parenting children of all ages, including some articles specific to grade schoolers. aap.org/parents.html, Healthy Children. npr.org, Public Radio. About-our-kids.org/articles/social_learning_what_can_we_use_our_children, social and emotional learning, what is it? How can we use it to help our children? academicresources.org/learning.html, staying involved, approaches to helping our middle school and high school students learn. accessoric.org/resources/parent/parent.html, parent brochures from Eric. act.org/path/parent, college planning resources for parents and students. adi.org, Academic Development Institute. adi.org/resources/guide_for_parents.pdf, a guide for parents, helping your child succeed in school, Academic Development Institute. adoptaclassroom.com. aecf.org/knowledge center/publications.aspx. ael.org/eric/parents.htm, articles for Latino parents from Eric. aer.sagepub.com/cgi/content/abstract/43/2/193, parent involvement, cultural capital, and the achievement gap among elementary school children. Afterschool.gov, for parents, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families. AfterSchoolAlliance.org, the After School Alliance works at the local, state and national levels to ensure that all children have access to affordable, quality after-school programs. alsta.edu americaspromise.org/resources/parentengagement.aspx apa.org/monitor/2010/04/classrooms.aspx, social awareness plus emotional skills equals successful kids. arcsi.advantia.org/page/parent involvement podcasts, parent involvement, keys to success, Appalachia Regional Comprehensive Center at Advantia. archive.aft.org/pubs-reports. aspi.hhs.gov/hsp/08/boys/index.html, what challenges are boys facing and what opportunities exist to address those challenges? aspira.org/manuals/aspira-parents-excellence-apex, provides resource for Latino parents to assist them in learning about negotiating change and improving education in their communities. athometutor.net, At Home Tutor. This learning program provides parents ways to involve themselves in their children's education by personally interacting with them in more than 40 fun learning activities through interactive workshops. autismspeaks.org, autism advocacy organization site containing resources and information. beachcenter.org, Beach Center on Disability, an affiliate of the Lifespan Institute and the Department of Special Education, University of Kansas. Information on communities of practice, a family toolkit. beachcenter.org, Beach Center on Disability, an affiliate of the Lifespan Institute and the Department of Special Education, University of Kansas. betterhighschools.org. Parent school websites 3. bmcc.edu/headstart, Bay Mills Community College Head Start resources, with a huge Head Start library featuring national bulletins, training materials, training guides, support materials, reports, videotape companion guides and other publications. bmcc.edu/headstart/fun_and_learning/index.html, fun and learning for parents and children, an activities handbook, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. bornlearning.org. Born Learning is a public engagement campaign that helps parents, grandparents, and caregivers explore ways to turn everyday moments into fun learning opportunities. cal.org/creed/pub/pracbriefs.html, Creed Practitioner Briefs, Center for Research on Education, Diversity, and Excellence, Creed. kcell.org/downloads/0-5.pdf, snapshots of your child's social and emotional well-being, birth to 5. kcell.org/downloads/grades4-6.pdf, snapshots of your child's social and emotional well-being, grades 4 to 6. kcell.org/downloads/grades 7-8.pdf, snapshots of your child's social and emotional well-being, grades 7 and 8. kcell.org/downloads/grades 9-12.pdf, snapshots of your child's social and emotional well-being, grades 9 to 12. kcell.org/downloads/grades K-3.pdf, snapshots of your child's social and emotional well-being, kindergarten, grade 3, PDF. kcell.org/pub/packet.php, cell parent packet, ideas and tools for working with parents and families, collaborative for academic, social, and emotional learning. kcell.org/sel/families.php, social emotional learning for parents and families, collaborative for academic, social, and emotional learning. kc.org/families, KC Family Programs provides a variety of resources to support foster parents, caregivers, and birth parents. ccso.org. center2.org. The Center on Innovation and Improvement helps regional centers in their work with states to provide districts, schools, and families with the opportunity, information and skills to make wise decisions on behalf of students. center2.org/handbook/9_I_engaging_families_student_learning.pdf, engaging families in student learning, PDF. cesdp.nmhu.edu/toolkit/index.html, working together, school family community partnerships, a toolkit for New Mexico school communities. cesdp.nmhu.edu/toolkit/index.html, working together, school family community partnerships, a toolkit for New Mexico school communities, New Mexico Highlands University/New Mexico Public Education Department. childdevelopmentinfo.com. Child parenting. Dead website, trydotdash.com, thoughtco.com, verywell.com, and thebalance.com/od/parents. See whole involvement/a/parentinvolvem.htm, how to enrich your child's education at home and school. ciccparenting.org, Center for the Improvement of Child Caring. This center offers a website of numerous programs, newsletters, tools, and materials to help parents become more effective, and many continuing education programs and materials for professionals who work with children and families. collegeboard.com/parents, college planning resources for parents and students. collerincolorado.org, Collerin, Colorado, produced by Reading Rockets, a bilingual, free, web-based service that provides information, activities, and advice for educators and Spanish-speaking families of English language learners. commonsensemedia.org, reviews of movies, websites, TV shows, video games, books. commonsensemedia.org/internet-safety, internet safety, Common Sense Media. countdownmd.org/pdfs/brochures/ang_countdown.pdf, tips for turning everyday activities into learning activities. croton.com/alpi, alpi Alliance for Parental Involvement in Education. csos.jhu.edu/p2000/center.htm, Center on School, Family, and Community Partnerships, Johns Hopkins University. cwlaw.org/positiveparenting/default.htm, Child Welfare League of America. davidsongifted.org/db, Davidson Gifted Database, Davidson Institute for Talent Development. davidsongifted.org/db, Davidson Gifted Database, Davidson Institute for Talent Development. This database features easy search capabilities for articles, resources, and state policy pages to help students, parents and educators pinpoint gifted information. directionservice.org/educatingourchildren_01.cfm, Educating Our Children Together, a sourcebook for effective family school community partnerships. Parent school websites for directionservice.org/parent_family_involv.cfm, the impact of parent/family involvement on student outcomes, an annotated bibliography of research from the past decade. disney.go.com/disneylearning/index.html, Disney Learning Partnership. doe.in.gov/communications/parents.html, visit Indiana Department of Education Parent Info. dropoutprevention.org/EFFSDRAT/family_engagement/overview.htm, National Dropout Prevention Center. eclkc.ohs.acf.hhs.gov/hslc/family and community partnerships, Office of Head Start, Administration, Youth and Families, Parent Involvement Among Young Children. ecs.org/clearinghouse/78/48/7848.pdf, strengthening parents' ability to provide the guidance and support that matter most in high school. ecs.org/clearinghouse/78/48/7848.pdf, strengthening parents' ability to provide the guidance and support that matter most in high school. ed.gov/about/bds/com/list/math panel/parent_brochure.pdf, counting on excellence, how parents can help their children learn mathematics. ed.gov/about/offices/list/oii/nonpublic/index.html, Office of Nonpublic Education. ed.gov/admins/coms/parents/parentinvolve/index.html, engaging parents in education. ed.gov/family. ed.gov/parents/academic/help/hyc.html, helping your child series, U.S. Department of Education. These booklets feature practical lessons and activities to help school-aged and preschool children master reading, understand the value of homework and develop the skills and values necessary to achieve and grow. ed.gov/parents/academic/help/questions parents ask about schools. ed.gov/parents/academic/help/questions/index.html, questions parents ask about schools, U.S. Department of Education. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/2006 toolkit/index.html. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/2006 toolkit/index.html, toolkit on Hispanic families, resources to help students succeed in school. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/nclb guide/parentsguide.html, a parent's guide to No Child Left Behind, NCLB. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/prepared.html. ed.gov/parents/academic/involve/schoolbox/booklet 3/checklist.pdf, empowering parents. ed.gov/print/parents/academic/involve/homework/part.html, number sign 2, homework tips for parents. ed.gov/parents/early-child/ready/preschool/preschool.pdf, helping your preschool child, PDF, U.S. Department of Education. ed.gov/parents/landing.jhtml, ed.gov/parents, U.S. Department of Education. ed.gov/pdf-docs/bguide.pdf, a business guide to support employee and family involvement in education. This guide discusses the context for employee and family involvement in school age and teen education. ed.gov/program/perk/index.html, US Department of Education Parental Information and Resource Centers. ed.gov/pubs/parents/call-to-commit/fathers.pdf, a call to commitment, fathers' involvement in children's learning. ed.gov/teachers/HOW/parents/homework-tips/edalite-index.html, a teacher's guide to homework tips for parents, U.S. Department of Education. edtrust.org/edtrust/images/dataguide-final.pdf, making data work, a parent and community guide, easy-to-use guide gives parents and the public the tools to collect and analyze school data to improve student achievement. education.com/reference/parents-school connection, parent-school connection. education.ky.gov. education.mit.edu/papers/games-sims-socnets_edarcade.pdf, using the technology of today, in the classroom today. educationindustry.org, Education Industry Association. educationsector.org. educationworld.com. educationworld.com/a_cur/archives/parent.shtml, professional development, parent issues, Education World, professional development page with resources for involving parents. educationworld.com/a_cur/cur272.shtml, open house, when first impressions matter. Education World has posted an excellent article with ideas and links to help you develop a personal connection with parents. education.world.com/a_special/parent_involvement.html, Education World, parent involvement. eduguide.org/parents/library/tabid/14/school-involvement.aspx, eduguide, Parents Success Library, Partnership for Learning. edutopia.org/parent-involvement-participation-education, parents are a secret weapon just waiting to be discovered. Parent School Websites 5. edutopia.org/parents-partners-social-emotional-learning, parents as partners, an effective method in social and emotional learning. edweek.org/context/topics/issues-page.cfm?id=1 2, parent involvement. eiclearinghouse.org, Illinois Early Childhood Intervention Clearinghouse. ericdigests.org. ericfacility.net. everydaytlc.com. fafsa.ed.gov, Federal Student Aid, FAFSA. studentaid.ed.gov, Federal Financial Aid Programs. HESC.com, New York State Financial Aid Programs. cfw.tufts.edu, Child and Family Web Guide, Tufts University. childrensconsortium.org, Children's Consortium. workingfamilyresourcecenter.org. famed.org. families-schools.org. families-schools.org/resources/finearts.pdf, early learning area, fine arts. families-schools.org/resources/mathematics.pdf, early learning area, mathematics. families-schools.org/resources/physicalhealth.pdf, early learning area, physical development and health. families-schools.org/resources/science.pdf, early learning area, science. families-schools.org/resources/sociemot development.pdf, early learning area, social/emotional development. families-schools.org/resources/social science.pdf, early learning area, social science, PDF, Academic Development Institute. family.com. family.go.com/parentpedia/categories/learning, articles for parents to help their children learn, from infancy through high school. familyeducation.com. 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 familyeducation.com/parents-in-teacher-conferences/38586.html, the Parent-Teacher Conference. familyfun.go.com, hosted by Disney, crafts, fun activities, tips on parenting. familylifE1st.org. familyplus.bgcia.org/pages/default.aspx, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, includes a variety of parent engagement resources related to developing youth by strengthening families. famlet.org, National Center for Family Literacy. Fatherhood. DED website, trydotdash.com, thoughtco.com, verywell.com, and thebalance.com/cs/dadsandschool/a/parent_teacher.htm, a dad's guide to getting the most out of parent-teacher conferences. fatherhood.gov/fathers/fathers_education.cfm, fathers and education, National Responsible Fatherhood Clearinghouse. fatherhood.org/school, resources for fathers who are involved or would like to become involved in their child's educational success. fathers.com, National Center for Fathering. fema.gov/pdf/library/children.pdf, helping children cope with disaster. figurethis.org, math. pbs.org/parents. famlet.org, family literacy, family progress. Bookshair.org, Bookshare, world's largest accessible digital library for persons with print and learning disabilities. InsideSeahools.org. floridapartnership.usf.edu/resources/tips.htm, Florida Partnership for Family Involvement in Education. floridapartnership.usf.edu/resources/tips.htm, partnership resources, tips sheets, the Florida Partnership for Family Involvement in Education. fun.familyeducation.com. getreedytoriad.org. 0to3.org. Parent School Website 6. readwritethink.org. greatlakecenter.org/docs. greatschools.net. greatschools.net, Great Schools, the Parent's Guide to K-12 Success. greatschools.org/parenting. gse.harvard.edu/hfrp/projects/find/find-resources.html, family involvement network of educators. gse.harvard.edu/hfrp/projects/find/resources/digest/adolescence.html, adolescents, are parents relevant to students' high school achievement and post-secondary attainment? gse.harvard.edu/hfrp/projects/find/resources/research/early childhood.html, family involvement in early childhood education. gsh.org, Global Schoolhouse, resources for classroom applications of the Internet. healthyplace.com/communities/add-focus/parent_teacher.htm, establishing a parent-teacher relationship. healthyteennetwork.org. henson.austin.apple.com/address/parents/pfet/govhelp.shtml, information about government help to schools and families. henson.austin.apple.com/address/parents/pfet/hworkmenu.html, homework and studying at home. henson.austin.apple.com/address/parents/pfet/pfet-menu.html, parents, families, education, and technology. henson.austin.apple.com/address/parents/play-grd/play-menu.html, grades kindergarten through 6 or ages 5 to 12 and parents. hepg.org/hel/article/194, the power of family conversation. hfrp.org/family-involvement/projects/family-involvement-storybook-corner/the bookcase, family involvement storybook selections and Latino storybook selections, Harvard Family Research Project. hfrp.org/family-involvement/publications-resources, family involvement in children's education. hfrp.org/family-involvement/publications-resources/from-periphery-to-center-a-new-vision-for-family, from-periphery to center, a new vision for family, school, and community partnerships. hfrp.org/family-involvement/publications-resources/parent-teacher-conference-tip-sheets-for principals, parent-teacher conference tip sheets for principals, teachers, and parents. Harvard Family Research Project. hfrp.org/family-research/parent-teacher-conference-tip-sheets-for-principals, parent-teacher-conference tip sheets for principals, teachers, and parents. Harvard Family Research Project. hfrp.org/family-research/seeing-is-believing-promising-practices-for-how-family-school-districts-promote family engagement, seeing is believing, promising practices for how school districts promote family engagement. hfrp.org/family-involvement/publications-resources topic =3, family involvement resources. hfrp.org/out-of-school-time/publications-resources/focus-on-how-to-build-in-after-school. hfrp.org/publications-resources/browse-r-publications. hoagiesgifted.org, Hoagie's Gifted Education page. ibe.unesco.org/en/services/publications/educational-practices.html, Educational Practices Series, International Bureau of Education. ibe.unesco.org/publications/educational prac series pdf/prac02e.pdf, Parents and Learning. This booklet helps parents help their children by making the home learning friendly, expecting achievement and communicating with school. ihdi.uky.edu/dropout-prevention, dropout prevention resource guide. ilhonorroll.niu.edu/ilhonorroll/pdf/mission_possible.pdf, mission achieving and maintaining academic improvement. IllinoisEarlyLearning.org, the Illinois Early Learning Project. IllinoisParents.org/parent tip sheets/conferencing.pdf, helpful tips for parents, preparing for a parent-teacher-student conference. IllinoisParents.org/parent tip sheets/homeworking.pdf, helpful tips for parents, homework is habit forming. IllinoisParents.org/parent tip sheets/reading.pdf, helpful tips for parents, building reading habits. IllinoisParents.org/parent tip sheets/report carding.pdf, helpful tips for parents, discussing your child's report carding. Schools.org/roadmaps.html, charter up. Roadmaps to Innovation, Illinois Network of Charter Schools. Get inspired by these programs' promising practices to strengthen students' learning. These reports include several ideas for improving family engagement. inspiringteachers.com/tips/parents/communication.html, 27 tips for parent conferences. iparenting.com. iris.peabody.vanderbilt.edu/fam/chalcycle.htm, STAR Legacy Module, collaborating with families, the IRIS Center and the PACER Center. This research-based, interactive online module helps teachers think about and improve family involvement, particularly for families of children with disabilities. isbe.net/spec-ed/html/parent_rights.htm, educational rights and responsibilities, understanding special education in Illinois, Illinois State Board of Education, Special Education and Support Services. journals.uchicago.edu/doi/abs/10.1086/499194, Why do parents become involved? Research Findings and Implications, The Elementary School Journal, Volume 106, Number 2. University of Chicago. This article describes 3 factors that Kathleen Hoover Dempsey and her colleagues have identified in determining parent involvement. kidscape.org.uk. kidshealth.org/kid/feeling/school/cheating.html, Kids Health for Kids, Cheating. kidshealth.org/parent. Parent School Websites 7. kidsource.com. kidsource.com/kidsource/content2/how.involved.html, How can I be involved in my child's education? kperk.org/uploads/sbipks.pdf, Creating Family, School, and Community Partnerships, featuring successful parent involvement practices in Kansas schools. learner.org/channel/workshops/reading K2/session 8/index.html, Teaching Reading K2 Workshop. learningpeace.com. learningport.info. lecotech.org, National Lecotech Center, helping children with special needs through toys and play. Lecotech offers family play sessions, a toy lending library and more. liveunited.org/education/index.cfm, United Way of America provides information to parents and community partners of the importance of active participation in the education of children birth through 21 and the role United Ways across the country play in supporting education. masterfulkids.com. mathforum.org/parents.citizens.html. michigan.gov/documents/final_parent_involvement_sheet_14732_7.pdf, What research says about parental involvement in education in relation to academic achievement. michigan.gov/documents/final_parent_involvement_sheet_14732_7.pdf, What research says about parental involvement in education. michigan.gov/documents/parent_involvement_part_112-12-16-04_111426_7.pdf, Parent engagement information and tools. moving beyond parent involvement to parent engagement. middleweb.com.middleweb.com/parntinvl.html, parent involvement at the middle school level. middleweb.com/parntinvl.html, parent involvement at the middle school level, prepared by Access Eric. minnesotahumanities.org/resources/tips, tips for reading with children, Minnesota Humanities Center. mocamoms.org provides resources to supports mothers of color who have chosen to not work outside the home in order to devote more time to their families and communities. momcentral.com, momsclub.org, momshomeroom.msn.com, Mom's Homeroom. my.webmd.com/content/article/3605.136, a safe and stress-free transition back to school. nacacnet.org/publications resources/steps/pages/parents.aspx, National Association of College Admission Counseling. nasb.org/report_to_parents.aspx, National Association of Elementary School Principals provides a variety of informational bulletins in English and Spanish for parents of elementary and middle school children. naec.org, Early Childhood Education Programs. nami.org/template.cfm $for parents, _caregivers, _and_youth, Child and Adolescent Action Center, National Alliance on Mental Illness, resources for parents, caregivers, youth, and schools to support young people with mental health issues. nasb.org, nasbcenter.org/parents/homework.html, National Mental Health and Education Center. nasbonline.org, National Association of School Psychologists. Follow the helpful information link for articles and fact sheets on parenting, mental health, diversity, kids activities and more. nasbonline.org/resources/home_school/b2s handout.aspx, back to school transitions, tips for parents. nationalperk.org, Parental Information and Resource Centers. nationalperk.org/engagement_webinars, Achieving Excellence and Innovation in Family, School, and Community Engagement, Webinars, National Perk Coordination Center. nbc.org/program/pep/default.asp, National Black Child Development Institute provides parent engagement resources to African American parents to help them become educated, motivated, and inspired to excel in all aspects of their child's life. nccic.achs.gov/pop topics/fatherinvolvement.html, Father Involvement in Children's Development, National Child Care Information and Technical Assistance Center. nccp.org/publications/pub_837.html, Present, Engaged and Accounted For, The Critical Importance of Addressing Chronic Absence in the Early Grades. nces.ed.gov, National Center for Education Statistics, sponsored by the US Department of Education. nces.ed.gov/pubs98/fathers, National Study links Fathers' Involvement to Children Getting A's in School. nces.ed.gov/pubsearch/pubsinfo.asp. ncld.org, National Center for Learning Disabilities. ncld.org, National Center for Learning Disabilities. ncpie.org/pubs/advice engagingfamilies.pdf, Engaging Families to Improve Achievement, Advice from the Research. ncpie.org/resources/parentsfamilies.cfm, by Resources for Parents and Families, the National Coalition for Parent Involvement in Education. ncrl.org/sdrs/areas/pa0cont.htm, Family and Community, North Central Regional Education Laboratory, research briefs, audio files, and other resources for parents and educators. nea.org, nea.org/parents, nea.org/parents, National Education Association, a parents page with information on parental involvement, parent-teacher conference pointers and homework help. nea.org/parents, parent guides, Practical information that parents can put to use, National Education Association and National Parent-Teacher Association. Parent School Websites 8. NEA.org/parents, parental involvement. NEA.org/parents/index.html, help for parents. NEA.org/tools/10172.htm, meeting with the parents. Make the most of your annual Parent-Teacher Conference, National Education Association. newlifelearning.com. newvisions.org. newvisions.org/sites/defaults/files/publications/flg08_English_0.pdf, opening the door to learning. Literacy is a family affair, PDF, New Visions for Public Schools. nfpainc.org. National Foster Parent Association provides a list of organizations and resources that support foster parents and families to ensure positive educational outcomes for youth in foster care. njn.net/television/New Jersey N series/classroom close-up. nmsa.org/publications/The Family Connection/tabid/208/default.aspx, National Middle School Association provides a series of publications for parents around their involvement in their child's life during middle school. nmsa.org/research/researchism marys/parent involvement/tabid/274/default.aspx, National Middle School Association Research Summary, Parent Involvement. nncc.org, Network for Child Care. npin.org/library/texts.html, National Parent Information Network. nsia.org/parents/articles/chalktalk14.htm, Parent-Teacher Conferences, PT2, a little homework makes a big difference. nsgt.org/pdf/article_Robinson_nurturing creativity.pdf, Nurturing Your Child's Creativity, PDF, Nancy M. Robinson, University of Washington. nsgt.org/resources/index.asp, Gifted and Talented Education Resources, National Society for the Gifted and Talented, TM. New York C. Public School Parents.blogspot.com. nemaji.com/news/features/27840, How Not to Talk to Your Kids, The Inverse Power of Praise. nisut.org/new member/survival_conferences.html, Parent-Teacher Conferences. ode.state.or.us/opportunities/grants/nclb/fi toolkit pdf.pdf, a toolkit for family involvement in education, PDF, Oregon Department of Education. ospediasdh8work.org/parentkit/index.asp, toolkit on teaching and assessing students with disabilities, parent materials, U.S. Department of Education. parentingbookmark.com. parenting-ed.org. parenting-ed.org/parent-handouts.asp, parenting information handouts. parentingpress.com/parents.html, Parents Page, Parenting Press, Inc. parentingteens.com. parent-institute.com/educator, Parent Institute. parentinvolvementmatters.org. parentpals.com. parents.infoplease.com. InfoPlease for Parents includes almanacs, dictionaries, atlases, and encyclopedias, feature articles, kids reference and a homework center. Parentsasteachers.org provides support and information on parent engagement in a child's early life, specifically pregnancy through kindergarten. parentscanteach2.com.au. parentsoup.com. parentsoup.com. parentbill.net. partnershipschools.org, National Network of Partnership Schools run by the National Center on School, Family, and Community Partnerships at Johns Hopkins University. This website is loaded with research-based ideas and examples for family-school partnerships. pathwaysawareness.org, Pathways Awareness. patenc.org, Parents as Teachers National Center. pbs.org/parents, PBS Parents, Public Broadcasting Service. pbs.org/parents/going to school, Parents Guide to Going to School. pbs.org/parents/issues advice/talking with kids, PBS Parents Guide to Talking with Kids. pfie.ed.gov, Partnership for Family Involvement in Education. pritchardcommittee.org/cpl/tabid/31492/default.aspx, Pritchard Committee for Academic Excellence's Center for Parent Leadership. pritchardcommittee.org/1059/cipl/staff/nclbguide.pdf, No Child Left Behind, What's in It for Parents, a handbook on the parent involvement requirements in NCLB. Principals.org, National Association of Secondary School Principals provides an assortment of resources for secondary school principals related to parent and family engagement and involvement. projectappleseed.org/checklsd.html, checklist for an effective parent-school partnership. projectappleseed.org/checklsd.html, the involvement checklist. projectchoices.org, Project Choices funded by the Illinois State Board of Education. Provides a variety of preparation and planning resources designed to help parents whose children are entering or preparing for college. Provides an assortment of resources for parents and teachers around family involvement in a child's success in school. Provides resources for parents to guide them and their children through major life transitions, advocate for their children in school and navigate college admissions and financial aid. psparents.net, Public School Parents Network. psparents.net, the Public School Parents Network. psparents.net/default.htm, Public School Parents Network. This is a site maintained by parents of public school children to serve as an information source and reference guide. pta.org. pta.org, National Parent and Teacher Association. pta.org will help you become informed and involved in your children's education. pta.org/2610.htm, tips for communicating with teachers effectively, National PDA. pta.org/documents/bsb_booklet.pdf, discover the power of partnerships, a guide to PDA's building successful partnerships process. pta.org/documents/bsb_booklet.pdf, discover the power of partnerships, a guide to PDA's building successful partnerships process, PDF. pta.org/documents/national_standards_assessment_guide.pdf, assessment guide that parent and school leaders can use to review their current programs and activities for families. pta.org/family_school_partnerships.asp, pta.org/national_standards.asp, family school partnerships. pta.org/parent involvement/help child/pi_parent what happens if I get involved. pta.org/topic_parent_involvement.asp, parent involvement from the Parent Teacher Association. pdotoday.com, a magazine and website that aims to help parent groups help their schools. pdotoday.com, Parent Teacher Organization Today, PDO. pdotoday.com, Parent Teacher Organization. publications.dcsf.gov.uk/e-ordering download/dcsf-rb061.pdf, final report from the primary phase, school, and family influences on children's development during Key Stage 2, age 7 to 11. publicsschoolinsights.org, Public School Insights, resources and space for school community members to share ideas with each other. radioforparents.com. Parent School Websites 9. rd.com, Back to School Checklist. readingrockets.org, a national multimedia project offering information and resources on how young kids learn to read. renniecenter.org, Rennie Center for Education Research and Policy. rtinetwork.org/essential/family/engaging families, engaging families in early childhood education. rti.org/essential/family/schools-families-and-schools, families, and response to intervention. scholarshipamerica.org/parentshop.php, scholastic.com, Scholastic's parent and child magazine. School. school.discoveryducatian.com/parents, Discovery Education's Parent Guide. school.familyeducation.com, Family Education. school.familyeducation.com, information for parents on the educational issues affecting your child in every grade level. school.familyeducation.com/back-home-to-school/parenting/38700.html, back to school in 6 easy steps, 6 tips for easing the transition to a new class or school. schoolchoiceillinois.org, parents should have the freedom to choose the educational options that best meet the needs of their children. shoelangagement.org. schoolfamily.com, schoolfamily.com, School Family Media, Inc. schoolmatters.com, a place for parents, educators, and leaders to research information about public schools. schoolsuccesinfo.org, devoted to helping parents participate and assist in their children's education. schoolsuccesinfo.org, helping parents participate and assist in their children's education. schwablearning.org. sciencedaily.com. sciencedaily.com/releases/2009/08/090812111443.htm, parental influences differ in determining child's later academic success. search-institute.org/families, information to assist parents to be more deeply and effectively involved in their children's lives. sedel.org/afterschool/downloads/rb/issue3.pdf, the National Partnership for Quality After-School Learning randomized controlled trial studies of promising after-school programs, summary of findings. sedel.org/afterschool/toolkits, after-school training toolkit, CITL National Center for Quality After-School. sedel.org/connections, a new wave of evidence, the impact of school, family, and community connections on student achievement, Southwest Educational Development Lab. sedel.org/connections/resources/sfclitrev.pdf, the School Family Connection, looking at the larger picture, a review of current literature. sedel.org/connections/toolkit, a toolkit for Title I parental involvement, CITL National Center for Family and Community Connections with Schools. sedel.org/pubs. siblingsupport.org, Sibling Support Project, the Kindering Center. Site dedicated to early detection and intervention for motor delays. Research and resources including a brochure with a development chart and checklist. Sitesforparents.com, Sites for Parents, links to over 100 websites rated by popularity, including many sites with free worksheets, tips, and parent-student activities. smhp.psych.ukla.edu/pdf-docs/parent-home/parent1.pdf, parent and home involvement in schools. startraining.org/tlc, the National Institute for Trauma and Loss in Children, a non-profit program of the Star Commonwealth Institute for Training. This site includes information on suicide and other traumas, or click Parent Trauma Resources for grief and trauma resources. sun.care.com/portal/0/pdf/education_guide.pdf, an educator's guide to Islamic religious practices, PDF, Council on American Islamic Relations. Parent School Websites 10. TAalliance.org/index.asp, Technical Assistance Alliance for Parent Centers, supported by U.S. Department of Education's Office of Special Education Programs. TAalliance.org/publications/index.asp, Technical Assistance Alliance for Parent Centers, Publications, National Technical Assistance Center at Pacer. TalkingWithKids.org/violence.html. TeacherMagazine.org. TeachersNetwork.org/TNLI/research, Teachers Network, Action Research Projects, Teachers Network Leadership Institute. teachervision.fe.com/education-parents/teaching-methods/3677.html. teachingheart.net/parentnight.html, open house/parent-night-ideas. teach-nology.com/web_tools/materials/parents/conference. teenageparent.org. temple.edu/lss/pdf/partnerships/lss_partnerships111.pdf, ABCs of coping with adolescence, thelearningcommunity.us. thecenterweb.org, the Center Web, the Center, resources for teaching and learning. thenationalcampaign.org, national campaign to prevent teen pregnancy. thenewparentsguide.com. theparentreport.com. thinkport.org/family-community/education-home.tp, Maryland Public Television and Johns Hopkins University Center for Technology in Education. thinkport.org/technology/gotgame/default.tp, gotgame, information for parents and teachers about video and computer games and children's learning, including links to educational games. 13.org/edonline/concept2class/family-community/index.html, making family and community connections. toolbox.pathways-to-college.net, college readiness for all, Pathways to College Network. This toolbox of resources highlights key topics to support students from all backgrounds in preparation for college, leading change, enhancing expectations, enhancing achievement, and enhancing access. turningpoints.org, creating partnerships, bridging worlds, family and community engagement, by the Center for Collaborative Education, offers research-based tools and strategies for helping schools, teachers, families, and communities partner to deepen student learning and engagement. urbanexd.uiuc.edu/familyworks/school-00.html, communicate effectively with your child's teacher. urbanexd.uiuc.edu/succeed, helping children succeed in school, University of Illinois Extension. vermontfamilynetwork.org/pub-pbsbooklet.html, positive behavior supports, a guide for parents. vermontfamilynetwork.org/pub-rti.html, response to intervention, a guide for parents, Vermont Family Network. walearning.com/parent-tools, Washington Learning Systems Parent-Child Activities. walearning.com/parent-tools/infants, supporting early literacy in natural environments, birth to 3. walearning.com/parent-tools/on-the-go, tips for parents of young children. youthlink.org. Chapter 2. Parent and teacher websites. Parent education websites. acls.net/a-parents-guide-to-first-aid.htm, a parent's guide to first aid, understanding basic first aid and how to apply it according to the injury and age of the child is critical and can save the life of a child. bestcolleges.com/features/top-online-schools, 0 best online colleges, check out online colleges where you can get your degree. cellphone-city.com/resources/infographics/parents-guide-to-teens-and-mobile-phone-use, the Parents Guide to Teens and Mobile Phone Use, a helpful resource on how to help parents and teenagers make the most of the inevitable and increasing role of technology in our lives. CenturyLink-deals.com/internet-resources/keeping-a-safe-app-environment-for-tweens, safe app environment for tweens, a list of helpful tips to help parents and teens understand the importance of internet and smartphone safety. consumersafety.org, Consumer Safety, we provide consumers with the information to lead safe, healthy, and happy lives. discoveryducatian.com/parents, Discovery Education, free educational resources for parents. Find motivational tools as well as resources to help your student succeed. drjohnrich.com, Drive. John Rich, research-based advice on parenting and teaching. FamilyEducation.com, Family Education, educational printables, games, activities, parenting ideas, and advice and information on learning disabilities for all ages. FEN.com, Family Education Network. At Family Education, parents find educational printables, games, activities, parenting ideas, and advice and information on learning disabilities for all ages. improvenet.com/a/y-every-in-america-needs-a-paved-driveway, why every kid needs a paved driveway, a report on the pros and cons of asphalt vs concrete paving in order to provide children with the opportunity to get outside and play basketball. math.com/parents.html, math.com offers free math lessons and homework help, with an emphasis on geometry, algebra, statistics, and calculus. Also provides calculators and games. nagc.org/resources-publications/resources-parents, National Association for Gifted Children, supporting the needs of high-potential learners. NEA.org/parents, NEA Parents, the National Education Association, NEA, the nation's largest professional employee organization, is committed to advancing the cause of public education. NetSmartsKids.org, NetSmart Kids, the NetSmarts workshop is in. NewYorkTimes.com/learning/parents, New York Times, parents can relate to and teach children through conversation starters, topics for discussion, educational news, and more. OnlineColleges.net, Center for Online Education. We are an independent organization providing students the resources they need to succeed in an online college. Our expertise helps students find affordable, quality academic programs that prepare them for a successful and rewarding career. Pathways.org, Pathways.org, free tools to maximize child development. PBS.org/parents, PBS Parents, a PBS Parents Guide to Child Development, Children, and the Media, Reading and Language, Talking with Your Kids and more. Penningtonlaw.co.uk/glossary, the Legal Glossary, the Non-Lawyer's Guide to Legal Terms. PositiveParenting.com, Positive Parenting, dedicated to providing resources and information to make parenting rewarding, effective and fun. Scholastic.com/parents/?ESP=corpHP/IB. NAV/parents/main/parents/HP// Scholastic, the flagship internet portal for the world's largest publisher and distributor of children's books, offers content and products for children, interactive pages where kids can play with their favorite book characters, read about new books and see software reviews. Everything you need to encourage the love of learning. Sumdog.com/en/parents, Sumdog. These educational games are used in thousands of schools worldwide. They motivate children to work on math, reading, and writing. As children answer questions personalized to that child's needs, Sumdog's adaptive learning engine guides their progress. teachervision.com/printable-book/resource/54429.html, Teacher printable books for the classroom and home. thesimpledollar.com/guide-to-securing-your-child's-credit-future, securing your child's credit future. We created a guide to empower parents with a helpful process that provides tools to ensure healthy credit relationships. tobecomeateacher.org/preventing-bullying-cyber-bullying, preventing bullying and cyberbullying, an article that aims to establish preventative measures to protect students from bullying and cyberbullying. Today.com/parents, Today Parents, advice and support on parenting, health, career, relationships, food, fitness, beauty, money and health through chat, message boards, and articles. usa.gov/topics/parents.shtml, usa.gov, find health, education, safety, child care, and other resources for parents and grandparents. ed.gov/parents/landing.jhtml, us. Department of Education, a resource for school and homework tips for parents. Teacher websites. asset.asu.edu, Asset, Arizona School Services through educational technology helps Arizona K-12 educators integrate technology into their classrooms. bestsatellite-providers.com/resources/ultimate-guide-to-satellites-for-educators, the ultimate guide to satellites for educators, 35 lesson plans and activities for K-12. col-ed.org/lessons_page.html, DCEC lesson plans and resources. These lesson plans were created by teachers for use in their own classrooms. DaybreakLessonPlans.com, Daybreak Lesson Plans. We provide lesson plans for teachers and substitute teachers for last-minute use. We have scripted lesson plans for grades K-5 over a wide range of subjects. discovery.ucatayan.com/free-lesson-plans/index.cfm, lesson plan library. View lesson plans for elementary, middle, and high school students. discoveryeducation.com/search/page/dash/lesson plan/u.s%20 history/index.cfm. Discovery Education, educational documentaries free U.S. history lesson plans. discovery.ucatayan.com/teachers, Discovery Education, foster deeper engagement and opportunities for students to take charge of their own learning with high-quality, engaging, relevant tools designed for today's busy teachers and parents. Explore our programs and contests, interactive games, puzzles, lesson plans, videos and more. educationworld.com, Education World. This site searches 500,000 plus suitable websites for students and teachers. formswift.com/common-core-lesson-plans, lesson plan hub, a free, comprehensive, up-to-date and user-friendly online lesson plan template resource. lessonplans.theteacherscorner.net/art, art lesson plans and activities, creative art-focused activities for your classroom. lessoncorner.com/worksheets, lesson corner. Lesson Corner Math Worksheet Generators lets teachers create dynamic math worksheets for all grades in 4 easy steps. lessoncorner.com/puzzles, Lesson Corner, free puzzle maker to generate your own vocabulary puzzle worksheets for students. lessonplanet.com, Lesson Planet, a convenient way to discover and share innovative lesson plans. mortgagecalculator.org/helpful-finance-lesson-plans.php, financial literacy and real estate investment, everything from plans for teaching basic principles to the importance of retirement planning. mybo.org, brokers of expertise, sponsored by the State of California Department of Education. This site allows educators to find lesson plans, share ideas, and access other helpful resources. mygratebook.com/default.cfm WTLAC =tablinks, fenhome, manage grades and assignments. Ready-made and customizable reports optionally allow student/parent to view individual students' grades. myvocabulary.com, Vocabulary University. This site contains a wealth of activities for all grade levels that will enrich classroom curriculum with self-paced, interactive activities. nortellearnit.org, Nortel Learn ET, hundreds of free video tutorials on how to use technology in an integrated approach across the curriculum. newyorktimes.com/learning/teachers/lessons/index.html, New York Times, an archive of lesson plans across all subject areas. opencolleges.edu.au/informed/lesson-plans, Open Colleges Lesson Plans, a list of over 1,000 lesson plans under a variety of subjects and various education levels. pbslearningmedia.org, PBS Learning Media, lessons complete with free media spanning multiple subjects for preschool through 12th grade. reacheverychild.com, Reach Every Child, educational resources for teachers and students. It includes lesson plans to make reaching students and using technology easier. readwritethink.org/classroom-resources/lesson-plans/?grade $0 strand $0 engagement $0, read write think, hundreds of standards-based lesson plans written and reviewed by educators using current research and the best instructional practices. rover.com/blog/dog-themed-lesson-plans, 2 dog-themed lesson plans, a list of dog-related lesson plans broken down by grade levels K-12. rubystar.4teachers.org, RubyStar. RubyStar is a tool to help the teacher who wants to use rubrics but does not have the time to develop them from scratch. Scholastic.com/teachers, Teacher Scholastic, explore Scholastic's free teacher resources. Find timely lessons and interactive activities for your grade level, get expert advice on teaching skills and strategies. smithsonianeducation.org/educators, Smithsonian Education, more than 2,000 resources for teachers to use when planning quality lesson plans. teacherplanet.com. teachers.teach-nology.com/index.html, Teachers Technology, great links for teachers. Get downloads, lesson plans, games, workbooks, games, puzzles and more. teachersfirst.com/index.cfm, Teachers First. Teachers First is a rich collection of lessons, units, and web resources designed to save teachers time by delivering just what they need. teachertube.com, Teacher YouTube, share and watch instructional teaching videos. teachervision.fe.com/lesson-plan/resource/5775.html $1 Teacher Vision, high school, middle school, and elementary lesson plans online with ideas for great children's activities and classroom management advice. teachingideas.co.uk/maths/contents.htm $Teaching Ideas. Teaching Ideas has thousands of free lesson ideas, activities, and resources which you can use in your classroom. TheTeachersCorner.net, The Teacher's Corner, Teacher Resources. Lesson Plans. Thematic Units. Seasonal/subject activities. Find new and exciting ideas. thinkfinity.org/community/thinkfinity-resources, thinkfinity, access lesson plans, student activities, reviewed websites, etc. 13.org/edonline/educators.html, 13 online, 13/WNET, New York's award-winning educational site providing free lesson plans, workshops, tips, instructional TV info and more for teachers. tobecomeateacher.org, How to Become a Teacher, offers educators an easy-to-navigate online platform to help them learn more about specific teaching careers, along with arming them with the proper tools and tips to achieve their goal of becoming an educator. Free stuff for teachers websites. justfreestuff.com/category/teachers. freakyfreddies.com/teacher.html. school-clip.art.com. incompetech.com/graphpaper. clipsahoy.com/school.htm. teachers-pet.org. teachers-pet.org/index.php. timesaversforteachers.com. ditub.com, ditub, free certificates and printing tips. gutenberg.org/wiki/main_page, Project Gutenberg. Project Gutenberg is the first and largest single collection of free electronic books, or ebooks. Michael Hart, founder of Project Gutenberg, invented ebooks in 1971 and continues to inspire the creation of ebooks and related technologies today. jeopardylabs.com, Jeopardy Labs, create your own Jeopardy template online, without PowerPoint. Or browse the pre-made templates created by other people. online-stopwatch.com, online stopwatch, a free flash online stopwatch, quick easy-to-use stopwatch. timer.onlineclock.net, online timer, a simple, free digital timer for everyone to use online, with nothing to download or install.